Yo, so the June 2024 Gacha revenue is finally upon us. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here, because a lot of us were very interested and excited to see where some of these games ended up, because we had some pretty interesting releases and we have some very interesting and somewhat surprising names to see up here so high. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. I know Wuthering Waves was something that a lot of people were very interested in seeing where it would land. So was I. And wow, Wuthering Waves ended up hitting pretty high up on this list. But before we go too far here, I want to just point out that these are the combined region numbers, the combined revenue for mobile only. It is not going to show us the PC numbers or anything like that. I didn't want to show you the separate region numbers because obviously we want to see the combined numbers as best that we can. Now, of course, some games are region only, so they'll still show up as region only on this list, but most of these games are global games. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. We got, Jesus Christ, dude, Honkai Star Rail making over $92 million, which is honestly not that much more than they made the month before, which is, I'm actually kind of surprised to know they made $91 million in May. Like, what the heck, bro? Like, god dang. But dude, okay, Firefly is probably the reason why they made so much money, right? Let's be honest with ourselves here. Firefly is probably the most anticipated character for a really long time. Like, Acheron was really highly anticipated because of how meta she would be. I personally think Acheron is hot as hell, man. Like, I think she's super fine, but a lot of people were more excited like for the aesthetic of Firefly because she bought us snacks, okay? And I have to say, you know what I mean? When someone buys you snacks, you remember that, okay? They fed you when you were hungry, okay? That mattered to a lot of people. So people weren't just excited about how strong she would be in combat because she's insane, but she also was highly anticipated because a lot of people were simping for her really hard. So no wonder why they made so much gosh dang money in June. So let's go ahead and take a look at Genshin Impact here. Genshin Impact ended up earning $66 million, which is more than, like, over $10 million more than they made the previous month. And I think we all know why that happened. That's probably because of Chlorinde. I even came back to Genshin Impact in order to pull for Chlorinde, bro. Like, look at this character. I mean, god dang, man, look at it. These buttons, bro, are putting in more work than a father of five. The entire, like, censorship program of Hoyoverse is being held together by these two buttons. It's absolutely insane. Super duper strong character. The aesthetic and the appeal is there. June was a big month for Hoyoverse in terms of not only meta characters, but also the aesthetic appeal. The look of these characters is insane. Super highly anticipated characters coming from Hoyoverse. So these are the two top slots taken up by Hoyoverse. Once again, Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact are constantly at a never-ending battle of who will be the top Hoyoverse game. And yes, Wuthering Waves, a direct Genshin competitor, has managed to make over $45 million. They're not technically their first month, but like this is their first full month that they were able to show a full month's worth of numbers for this particular list, because their previous month of May, they were only like, it was only out for like 8 days or something like that. So people were only able to pull in so much. They made $25 million in 8 days. That's crazy. And so JINHSI has only been out for like maybe like 4 days or so by the time these numbers went out. So I imagine they'll be earning a ton more when Changli comes out, because a lot of people were really excited about Changli. So I'm excited to see where they will actually earn in July as well. So I have a feeling that Wuthering Waves will have another good month in July. We'll just have to wait and see for that. Because, I mean, when you have a launch with Yunli on the first, like, patch, and then you have, you know what I mean, somebody like JINHSI at the start of this particular, or the end of this month for them, obviously they're going to perform well. So I'm very interested to see how well this game will do in July. I've been uploading for this game a whole bunch, so I'm excited to see where they land. They've been doing a pretty good job so far, but we'll just have to wait and see where they go in July to truly see if this game will last. Now, one game, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit surprised to see so high up on this list, and I didn't know it was earning this much goddamn money. Love and Deep Space right here, making $31 million. And it's not just some like good month for them or something. They actually earned less than last month. These guys have made over $60 million in the last 2 months. What is this game, dude? I didn't even know this game was doing this well. I've heard about this game. This game is basically like, you know, if you're on a certain end of a spectrum, you know what I mean? This is basically your game. A lot of girls, I've heard, actually play this game and throw down really hard on this game because this is bro, look at what's going on the screen right now. This is love in deep space, bro. You guys think that Wuthering Waves, that Honkai Star Rail, and, you know, Genshin Impact, you think those are Coomer games? No. Apparently, the girls are bigger Coomers than we are. And, you know, like, sure, you might say there's a lot of, you know, dudes that might be interested in this game as well, but when you see who the demographic is, you know what I mean? Women are inserting themselves here into this slot right here. This is basically like a dating a guy simulator. So there's definitely a demographic for this game, as you can see from the numbers here. Like, this is, I was surprised to see this. And by the way, no hate whatsoever. Do your thing, man. I'm just surprised to have seen the amount of money they're making. This game is incredibly popular, it seems. So let's go ahead and take a look at Naruto Mobile, which actually surprised a lot of people, you know, as well. Like, dude, they earned like almost $50 million this previous month. Like, that was insane. Now they're earning a lot less in June, but they're still managing to hit the 5th slot here. And it looks like they're a region-only game as it stands right now. So the fact that they're not global is crazy. Think about that for a second. If Naruto Mobile was a global game, like if they were able to show the global numbers here, if those existed, this could have been doing better than Wuthering Waves. That's crazy, dude. What the hell, man? Like, I didn't even know this game was this popular either. That's nuts to me. Now, a game that I know, I've been hearing from people in my Discord that have been playing Dragon Ball Legends. This game has actually been doing pretty solid for a long time now, and they managed to hit the 6th slot here, earning over $18 million. And I believe that's in part because they have a big, moment right now where they're doing a lot of cool events and stuff like that right now as well. So a lot of the reason why some of these games are doing really well at the top is because they're either newly launched and they're doing like a bunch of events of their own, stuff like that. But some of the heavy hitters that have just been on this list for a while are maintaining their popularity or are having good months because of big events. That's why you're probably seeing some of these names sitting so high up here, is because like they earn, for example, like, what is that? That's like $5 million more than they did the previous month, and that's probably due to some really, really big events. Now, one name that is pretty high up on this list, but has dropped significantly from what they were doing before. I heard a lot of good things about Solo Leveling Arise. I mean, maybe they just had a great launch or whatever. Like, dude, $40 million now down to $18 million. That's less than half of what they had the previous month. Maybe they're just in the middle of a dry spell or in the middle of a sort of like a filler patch. Like I was saying before, sometimes the names that are up here are doing well because of like an event like Dragon Ball Legends or something like that. But like when you're not having some crazy hype event or whatever, Solo Leveling Arise not doing as well as it was in previous months. And when I take a look at some of this, because I haven't played this game unfortunately, but when I take a look at what they got going on here, I mean, look at this cute little cat. I mean, dude, does this character come with a cat? Because she's looking pretty cute. She's got the cat ears, and there's a little cat. Look at that cat, dude. Try to tell me that cat ain't the cutest thing in the whole world. I'd pull this character just for the cat. All right, I mean, yeah, sure, she's got a pretty sick outfit. I don't know what the hell this is, a flute or a wand or both. I don't know, but I mean, look at that cat. That's a cool cat right there. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, let's keep moving on here. We got Puzzle and Dragons, which, dude, like, I know about all these other games, at least a little bit. I don't even know what the heck is going on with this Puzzles and Dragons game, dude. I had to look it up myself, but apparently, once again, bro, these collaborations and these special events are why some of these games do so well, or at least are doing well right now. You got a My Hero Academia event going on right now for Puzzles and Dragons NA, so that's pretty cool, and I understand why they're doing so well, at least right now. I don't know exactly what the game's about. Sounds like a bunch of puzzle games to me, but yeah, you guys let me know in the comments if you know about any of the games I'm unaware of. Like, for example, I don't know much about Light and Night or Monster Strike, but like, dude, these games are kind of killing it right now. Like, dude, Light and Night, like, bro, they made over $10 million more than they did the previous month. They must have an event going on right now too. Now, the reason why I can't show you some of the stuff from like their Twitter is because these are region specific games. So they don't have like an EN or, you know, an NA Twitter that I could go to show you some of the stuff like it did with some of the other games. It's not that I'm playing favorites. I literally tried to look these up like on Twitter to show you kind of a quick thing, and I couldn't show you them because there isn't one for NA. So I can show you for Fate Grand Order here, which, dude, Fate Grand Order, man, bro, like, dude, like, this game is one of the oldest gacha games there is, and these dudes are still hitting high up on the charts. Bro, these dudes are such big heavy hitters even after all of these years, and as far as I know, the game is rather dated. Like, what you're looking at right here might not look that bad on your end, but like when you zoom in on this on my end, you can see it's very, very pixelated. So, I mean, hey man, if the game's doing well, if people still like playing the game, here you are. People still play the game, man. And it is a global game, so people are playing this all over the world, and it's been around for a long time. People are probably still invested in the game. And hey man, despite the game looking so old, I guess it still holds up. You know what I mean? If you're taking a look at what I'm looking at here, looks like it still holds up. Now, that might just be like a little bit of an animation thing. That's probably not what the real combat looks like. That's not what the real combat looks like from my understanding, but I guess they got some pretty cool stuff going on as well that keep them relevant in this spotlight. And Uma Musume Pretty Derby, as far as I know, this one right here that's earning 13 million this particular month, which is more than they did last month, they're apparently, I think, coming to NA. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I've heard that, well, not NA, but EN. As far as I know, this is going to be coming to Western audiences pretty darn soon here. So definitely take a look to see how these people will be earning for Uma Musume Pretty Derby in the future. Because if they go global, or at least go on the EN side of things, if they get a Western release, they're going to end up going up like somewhere up here. They're going to be getting some big numbers probably coming soon. And Nikke, unfortunately, I love Nikke. This game is actually so good. You come for the butts. Wait, that sounded weird. You start playing the game for the booty, right? The jiggle physics and all that stuff, but you stay for the story and the character and the team building. I've been getting a whole bunch of people into this game lately because of how good it is and their anniversaries and the rewards. Nikke is probably the highest earning like gacha game that treats its players incredibly well. You know, people started doing the whole Genshin could never with a like Honkai Star Rail and the Wuthering Waves and stuff like that. Bro, Nikke practically invented Genshin could never with the amount of stuff that they give their players. It is absolutely insane. Now they're having a little bit of a dry spell or a little bit of a rough month because they're in the middle of a down period before their summer event. And the summer event, I am not even going to go to their Twitter to show you what they have going on with the summer event because I don't want to get demonetized, okay? Seriously, if you don't know what's going on with their summer event, go check it out. So they're having a little bit of a down spell right now, or a little bit of a rough patch, because everybody, and I mean everybody, is saving their rewards, their money, their gems for that summer event, because that's when everybody's gonna throw down super duper hard. Anyway, if you thought any of this was cool or whatever, maybe consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. We'll probably do this again in the future. I have done these before, but I haven't done it in a little while, and I wanted to come back to do it because I was really excited to see where some of these names landed, and I'm glad I did, because I was surprised to see Love and Deep Space do so well, and I was happy to see Wuthering Waves do so well. It's all love, you know what I mean? Genshin could never, like, let's just calm it down for a second, okay? Genshin has its issues, right? But we're just happy to see the gacha games doing well, and with a game like Wuthering Waves doing as well as it is, I imagine that Hoyoverse will probably, you know, feel the pressure a bit. And it's good to have competition at the top, because competition breeds success. Competition makes better games. When game studios are competing with each other and actively trying to like stay ahead of the other one, that means it's good for the players, right? Honkai Star Rail started doing so well, and Wuthering Waves started doing so well, and you're starting to see Genshin implement a lot of things that they did have planned, but they're doing even more than the stuff they had planned. So that's why we're seeing certain improvements with certain games, because of the competition at the top. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.